In today's world, hard work is basic survival. Smart work, strategic work, and value driven work are what can move you forward. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. You are welcome to Professional Daily Devotion with Olasukomi Okoifa. And as I used to say, the greeting depends on when and where you are watching from. And today, this is a new week. Happy resumption to my colleague teachers. Yes, we are resuming a new. Most of us now, most schools. I know some schools that are yet to resume anyway. All right. So this week we are going to be looking at the new blueprint for professional success. You see, the truth is, the reality still remains the fact that things are changing, and the earlier you position yourself, the better. I mean, let me just quickly digress a little bit. I had a long discussion with a someone I respect so much in the industry, a mentor, I can say, and we said something. I said, do you know what? English teachers are likely to lose their job faster than any other teacher in education. I may be wrong, I may be right. If they don't change, if we don't change our curriculum fast, especially in Nigeria, if we don't look at something else to assess, we are still assessing full stop, comma, and everything in essay writing, grammatical names and function and the rest, they are likely to be relevant. We are likely to teach you relevant things. So can we redesign things now? So that's one of the reasons why we are doing this, and we are looking at beyond hard work this morning. The theme for the week is the new blueprint for professional success. And quickly, let's move on with it now. I believe your day is starting positively. So we grew up hearing something that when you work hard, you will succeed. And that was true. People were working hard, diligent people were the ones succeeding. But sometimes along the line, you realize that I think they've changed the goalpost already, and there is a new reality. And what's the new reality? The reality is that hard work is no longer the golden ticket. What is the golden ticket? The golden ticket is what strategic work is, what smart networking is, personal branding, value creation, skill stacking, and intelligent execution. I think I've mentioned about six there: strategic positioning, smart networking, personal branding, value creation, skill stacking, and intelligent execution. You see, if I were you this morning, I'm going to pause this and probably play this part again and list these six, okay, and then rate myself. How strategic am I in my positioning? Am I a smart? Am I smart at networking? Am I smart at personal branding? Am I smart at value creation, skill stacking, and intelligent execution? So just rate yourself and look at things you can do differently that can position you positively this time around. The earlier, we are shouting this now. I don't want it to, I mean, to get a point where the reality will just be staring us in the face much more than this. But some people will have really positioned themselves to just still take advantage of the old thing. So hard work can open the door for you. Sincerely, is still important, but to keep the you on the seat, it is the value you bring to the work. Okay, it's the strategic work that will eventually build the empire. So what does the research say about hard work and smart work and all these skills? World Economic Forum Future of Jobs report says that technical skills plus strategic soft skills like problem solving, communication, adaptability are now more important than years of work experience alone. We've been stressing this, and I've been saying this several times. You see, I've had like two interesting jobs in the last few years, and I realized that they never really asked me for my experience. They just wanted to know the strategy I was bringing on the table, and then things I would do differently, the problem I can solve. And then once they heard, and then they could track some record that, okay, this guy, if he could solve this in this particular area, I think we do this. I mean, not necessarily the experience on that job. And it got me what I was looking for. Harvard Business Review: hard workers without visibility and strategic self-development are 30% less likely to move into leadership roles. It's not about the board you clean. It's not about the script you mark. It's not about stacking student notes on your table. It's not about the punctuality anymore at work. It's not about the whatever you see as hard sorry for that breaking transmission. Okay, I think our network needs to work smarter than working hard. All right, so LinkedIn, okay, basically it's all about what visibility and strategic development. Let's before I close that. So let's move on to the next one quickly. LinkedIn Global Training report that professionals who combine work ethic with smart positioning and influence grow careers 2.5 times faster than those who rely on effort alone. Okay, yeah, in those days when I joined early as a civil servant. If you could just write your lesson plan, yeah, and then you could submit your lesson plan alone, inspectors will come and read your lesson plan and then say you are the best teacher in the school. But things are changing now. We know who the best teachers are. I mean, by their presence on social media. You want to win. You won't win multi of the year by just saying that you have written the lesson notes. I mean, you want to face experts in different industries. 7 of them will sit down and then interview you to know what you are really bringing on the table as as an educator, and so many other awards like that. Sorry, I'm talking about educators today, but please, you can look at this in your own field. Let's look at a short story quickly. You know Kodak, right? That camera that used to have film in those days. I mean, they were the king in those days, and then they had loyal customers, quality product, hardworking staff. But they refused to innovate. Interestingly, they actually bought the first digital camera. I learned that they invented, oh, they not that, but they invented the first digital camera themselves. However, not just in the company anymore. They are just in the history now. I mean, according to what we hear from motivational speakers, everybody around, they only worked hard. When it was time for them to pivot, they were not smart enough to do this. So, how do you do this in your own case? Let's look at the framework SMART this morning. SMART. And I'm not talking about that SMART that the specific, measurable, and rest. That one should go and rest. Now, let's look at another framework this morning. SMART. The first one, S, is strategy. Know where you are going, not just what you are doing. That's very important. Okay, if the world changes now in the next 5 years, I mean, if the world is actually changing, so how am I pivoting? I read something this early this morning about the fact that you have a you can you're having a long-term goal in a world that is full of short terms. I mean, you need to really think outside the box to be sure that you don't rely on where you are going there. I want to build the first, and then there you are now. The entire world is changing to become something else, and you are there building the first of whatever. You are there doing this and that, and then your dream is still very obsolete. I mean, imagine the dream of your future is still is obsolete. So you want to be very strategic about where, not just what you are doing alone. What is that bigger picture? And there, mastery. Now, it goes beyond working hard and knowing. I mean, just mere knowing the basics. You just want to become excellent at something very valuable. Surface skill, like basic, is not enough. You need to dig deep. I mean, that my mentor told me yesterday that I need to go deep into history, and I'm sharing that with you. Go deep into history, finance, economics. And, I mean, the basic of all this now, you need to just know, regardless of your profession. In those days, you are a medical doctor, you are into marketing, and you don't want to know about other fields, it's a lie. Now you need to know a whole lot about other fields, a whole lot about other fields now, and because the knowledge is out there, do an entire MBA using your artificial intelligence and just browsing it. Let me quickly move on because I have less than 2 minutes here now. Alignment, align your work with trends, needs, and future opportunities. Stay relevant, okay? And are there, build relationship. That's their relation. Are there relationship? Build bridges, not just wall. Connect people. Don't have permanent enemies. Things are changing. This is who I am. I don't. Just be soft a little bit. Know your value, quite all right. I'm not saying you should throw your value away. And then opportunities flow faster through network. Okay, and that is what the world is becoming. And finally, thinking beyond tasks. Don't just execute, analyze, design, reimagine. Okay, start all over again, check it again. Think like a builder, not just like a worker. If a builder will stand and check, an architect will stand and check the whole structure. A builder just want to carry cement and block and build. But I mean, yeah, I mean, you will have a worker, but a builder and architect check the design and everything, reimagine the whole thing. So think like that. So think smart this morning. And let's take our words of affirmation as we start today. I am not just a hard worker. I am a smart strategic builder. I rise because I create value, position wisely, and think beyond the obvious. Thank you so much. Tomorrow we are going to be looking at designing your value proposition. Now, all right, network would not want to just finish this.